Welcome to Hate It or Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist. So today I'm going to be reviewing The Suicide Squad. So The Suicide Squad is directed by James Gunn, the same man that directed Guardians of the Galaxy, and is also a reboot / direct sequel to the original Suicide Squad in 2016. So what this movie is about, this is this organization that takes a group of supervillains, have them go out and do these crazy suicide missions, and if they get through, they get their sentence reduced. And if they fail, guess what? They die. So what I thought about this movie, I thought this movie was great. James Gunn did a great job once again, taking unknown characters that nobody knows about, pretty much nobody cares about, and make them into likable characters, just like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. When I first watched Guardians of the Galaxy, I really thought I wasn't going to like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I said, I didn't know too many about the characters. There was a few characters I knew, but like, Drax, Gamora, I knew Rocket. But I didn't really know too much about the rest of the characters. So I didn't think the movie was going to be that great because I really didn't care for it. But then when I went inside, I loved the film. That's the same with this Suicide Squad movie. There was a lot of characters I knew nothing about. The only characters I knew about was Harley Quinn and King Shark. Pretty much every other character in that, I had no idea what they were about. So I really was going into this movie like, this movie could be fun, but then again, it could be a letdown. But it wasn't a letdown. It was so good. It was so funny. It had a lot of heart. It had a lot of good story. It had a lot of good action. Like, James Gunn took all these unlikable characters and characters that nobody knew about and made them super likable. Like, especially Polk-Dot Man. Like, who in the hell would put Polk-Dot Man in a movie? But he was one of my favorite characters in the film. Like, he had so much heart. Like, you actually liked him. And the same with, like, King Shark. Like, who's gonna, like, believe a shark, as like a human form of a shark? But he was likable. I really like King Shark. Same with John Cena. Like, I am not a big John Cena fan. I used to be a John Cena fan years ago in wrestling when he first came out, before the whole Doug Amnamus crap. But in this movie, James Gunn made John Cena likable. Like, I like him as Peacemaker. I could see him as Peacemaker. I can't even wait for the Peacemaker show that John Cena is going to do. Like, I really like John Cena in this movie. He was funny. He was just great. Same with Idris Elba as Bloodsport. I knew nothing about Bloodsport. All I know is the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Bloodsport. I didn't know there was a character named Bloodsport. And let me tell you something, Idris Elba was so great as Bloodsport. I really liked the character Bloodsport. And of course, Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie, once again, she knows how to play Harley Quinn. That girl is Harley Quinn. I cannot see any other woman play Harley Quinn so great, just like Margot Robbie. Like, this whole movie was so good. Like, there's a lot of scenes that, like, make you laugh out loud. There's a lot of scenes that you feel like you get to know the characters, even in, like, little ways. Like, James Gunn does certain scenes that you already know about the character already, and you already feel the character, and you already like the character. So it didn't have to be long. Like, some of the character development didn't even have to be long. It was like some short stuff here and there, but it worked. The whole movie worked. Like, the special effects was great. Even the villain Starro was freaking cool in this movie. Like, it was ridiculous, bonkers, off the wall, but it was still a great time. I mean, you got to see this movie. I highly recommend it. So, what do I rate this movie? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? Well, I gotta say, I gotta give it a love. I love this movie. This movie was great. This movie was actually better than the other Suicide Squad movie. And I enjoyed the other Suicide Squad movie. I don't care what anybody said. I really like the other Suicide Squad movie. Even the director's cut version is actually better, but I really enjoyed that movie as well. So that will be all for today's episode. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the Suicide Squad. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or it was something in between? Also, make sure you share my content. It will help me. It helps out with the views. It also helps me get my channel out there. Make sure you press that like button because it also makes me, with the algorithm, the more likes you get, the more it gets put out there. And also at the same time, make sure you press that follow button and that subscribe button. That also helps the channel out. Please and thank you. So, just remember, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.